So, episode one of the Fall Anime 2025 season of this anime. This is called a Mangaka's Really Wonderful Workplace. I have to personally definitely say this is basically a very interesting, very funny anime I have never seen before. I definitely do think this anime kind of reminds me a lot about excuse me, a lot of kind of reminding about comic girls. If you guys ever seen anime comic girls, it's definitely is a pretty good anime. It definitely does, and definitely does have fan service, but it's definitely is basically very good transition and stuff like that. I kind of want to personally want to say here, watching this anime right here, one I'm watching right here, is very interesting. If I had to pick one character I'd really like the most, it's basically Hana-san. Hana-san is pretty much basically one of my favorites right now based on the anime. She's really cute. She's really is nice. But I have to say excuse me, not the editor, the blonde haired woman who's basically is the boss lady, pretty much the base of the boss lady. Um, Gorgeous. I ain't gonna lie. Drop Dead Gorgeous. She's really something else. But Hanzo is definitely one of my favorites. She's one of my favorites based on this anime. And just see how lovely, how much of a character that she really basically actually is. I kind of also want to say here is basically is that when I'm watching this anime, it kind of reminds me of from other different anime stuff I've seen when it comes to music school or other different things when it comes to competition and stuff like that. Competition is a really big it's a really big thing. It's a really big situation. It really actually is. It comes in different forms of different situations, whatever how it really basically comes from. But I'm willing the person will say competition is very important, and it really actually is. Sometimes people take it very seriously. Sometimes people do, and stuff like that. To be honest with you, yes, competition is basically the thing. If you're basically a YouTuber creator or stuff like that, it is basically it's a competition, and you have to make content every single day. You really have to. Sometimes you really don't. Sometimes you really do. Sometimes real life basically gets in the way, and sometimes it really can be kind of complicated and basically from other situations. But I kind of want to personally want to say here is that I think this anime is very interesting. I definitely should think it really actually is. The comedy aspect is really good. I'm a sucker for slice of life anime. I really am. I've always been a sucker for slice of life anime. It's one of my all-time favorite genres. I love slice life anime. I really do. I definitely do think that is something very enjoyable, basically definitely to watch and really actually is. To me, a person to be honest with you, is by far much more my favorite than ecchi anime. In my opinion, that's what I definitely do think. And basically stuff like that. One thing I was really kind of got me giggling the most, kind of burst me out laughing the most when what's her name? I can't remember the name of the girl's name. Anyways, I can't remember the name. The girl with the purple hair. She happens to be the main female protagonist, but it's anime where she's on searching something, and it says Google search. Yeah, instead of Google search. Oh my god, it was so funny. It was just said Google search. I'm sorry, but I don't mean to laugh, but that just really is funny. It really actually is. It's so hilarious. I've never seen an anime have a difference of a reference of Google and stuff like that. It's just basically called Google search. Yeah. Okay, so that's Google search. So let's just search for Google search on there. Maybe there is a website called Google search. Maybe there really actually is. I don't know. But anyways, the anime definitely is really a lot of fun. They're really basic to watch. But I want to talk about more basically with this anime. And I definitely do see myself basically continuing with this anime. I definitely do see myself basically continuing. I definitely do think this definitely is going to be very good. I definitely do want to personally want to say I think the animation based on this first episode doesn't seem like it's really all that great. It doesn't really basically seem like it really actually is. It doesn't really feel like it's going to be really that much to basically expose to me or anything like that. I do think this is going to be a low budget basic kind of anime because I really definitely don't think this is not going to be like the anime every year. I really highly don't think it's not. I really don't believe it really actually is. There's a lot of other competitions, anime space out there that can probably just pretty much outdone for this anime and stuff like that. Now, I also want to talk about the lifestyles and stuff like that when it comes to being a manga creator. A manga creator is a very important thing. It really actually is. Like I said before, when it comes to competition and stuff like that, and things and stuff. And I will personally will definitely say if references are based on a manga. Let me give you a reference of a manga. Hold on a second here. So let's say we have a manga based like this. You have to make a good cover. You have to make a good logo. You have to make a good letters and stuff like that. You have to make a good color and stuff like that. You have to make a good back illustration. You have to um, subscribe and what does the words really actually mean? What's the manga really actually mean? So yes, as a dangerous warrior wandering states periods draws to a closer unparalleled warrior Genko hungers as for a glorious death at the hands of who outclasses her. What that basically means, that's just the premise, is basis of her character. That's just who she really actually is. She's kind of like a Ronin Kenshin, basically kind of like a character that she really actually is. I have not finished this manga. I'm almost done with that. I'm almost done with it. I never had get a chance to finish it, but I will definitely get it finished sometime today. If I ever do get the chance, I definitely will finish it. But I would personally definitely want to say here, if you look at this based on all the manga panels and stuff like that, you basically would see like every little detail. They have chapters, pages, number of pages. If you look closely, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see here. So you guys can see. If you see that number right there, that's the number of the page. That's the number of the page, which is 138. Go on to chapter 4. Let's see what page is this. This page right here will be 140. This page will be 141. Go on to the next page, that'll be 142, 143, 144, 145, and so on. So, how many pages does this manga really actually has? Let's see. I think it would definitely say. Actually, it doesn't say. It doesn't say how many pages. So, let's see how many pages in here. See here, 20 pages. I have to say 106, 187, 188 pages. I would definitely say that's a lot of pages, and also brochures, basically the back of the mangas as well too, because usually when you have mangas like that, they give out different brochures of different mangas and stuff like that. Basically just basically for reference. But I would the person want to say here, working overtime and working a daytime shift or nighttime shifts and stuff like that, it can be very stressful and stuff like that. And sometimes they use pen or a piece of paper or whatever it is that they use, or they use a digital iPad. That's basically what they do, and they have a certain deadline to have to get them all done. If they don't get it done in time, then it could be delayed, and then that can lead to other different complications of the situation also as well too. Because when you have an editor, the editor is supposed to look at the manga and supposed to look at the panels and say like, "Oh, this is good. Oh, that doesn't look that good. That good. You need to fix this. You need to fix that. We can't approve this," and stuff like that. So on, so on, so on. And it's really hard. Take as for instance, Shonen Jump. Shonen Jump is a very good illustration. It really actually is. They're very extremely picky about what they really want to be in their magazine. If there's something that they really definitely don't like, and let's say like if they give them a chance and stuff like that, and say like, hey, we're going to give you a chance and see where it's basically going to go. If it attracts a lot of attractions among different fans that really definitely like it when it comes to like the Bleach or Naruto or Basic True Love or High School DxD or whatever that people definitely like. It really depends on what sells the most. If this manga worth this basis sells the most, then it would basically be a good thing. Now, since it's being sold in overseas, from Japan into the United States, this is a good thing. However, sometimes this could be good, sometimes this could be bad. It really depends on the market, and it really depends on the person that really buys these mangas as well too. But you have to remember, it really depends like who's gonna want to say like, oh, this is good, or basically say like just looking through it and just say like, it doesn't look all that great, and just say like, I'm just gonna put it down. I'm just not gonna buy it, and I'm just gonna buy a different manga, So I definitely would, personally, would definitely say it really does matter when it comes to competition. Competition is really key, is very vital, and it's very, very important to really to understand and to really base off that. So I definitely do think that, like I said before, I will definitely say it again, competition is a very key thing. Whatever it is that you're basically doing, whatever sports or art or making music or anything like that, competition is a very key value. It really actually is. Sometimes you have a competition based with yourself that you're trying to accomplish based on other different things. Sometimes that can be very extremely difficult, and sometimes that can really basically happen. But I want people to really basically understand here is that mangas are very extremely hard to make a story, drawing, and stuff like that. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of practice really to do that. If you're not able to get it to your deadline, then they're just going to say like, we can't put your manga on the market. We can't do that. Means that they can't approve it because of the story or basically how the graphic base of the manga looks like. People are very picky because what they definitely like. If some people definitely like this, then they'll say, yeah, I want to pick this one up. But if they don't like it, then they'll say like put it down and then say like, hey, I want to pick up something more different. To be honest with you, I happen to like this manga because I happen to do like it. I ran into this and I said like, I gotta read this. I definitely do think it's really wonderful to read. I definitely do think so. But I'm almost done with it. But I would definitely will finish it sometime today. That's if I'm not too busy doing other different things. But yeah, anyways, that's just overall my thoughts based on this anime, and it's just to see the different forms of stuff like that, how manga creators and stuff like that goes to a stressful job, and sometimes they work 24 hours straight without no rest, and sometimes they end up drinking coffee and just being stressed out and stuff like that. Being a manga creator is a very stressful job. It really actually is. Being a YouTube creator can be a very stressful job also too. Being an NFL player can be very stressful also too. Being a NASCAR driver can be stressful. Being a baseball player can be stressful. Being a basketball player can be stressful. Being a golf player or whoever it is, or something like that, working at a job can be very stressful. Stress is can built in a lot of different things. So sometimes stress can build into basic worry of anxiety or whatever that's basically actually is. And I still want to go into the key point of competition. Competition is a very key thing that basically folds into life. Feel free to disagree, but that's what I definitely do think. I definitely do think the anime is really basically worth watching. I definitely do think it is. But I ask you guys, if you guys want to watch this anime, I definitely do think that you should. It's your choice, but I'm not saying that you really should. But I definitely do believe it's definitely something to be worth watching. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this anime. And if you tell me what you guys did, you guys like this anime? You guys don't like it this anime? What you guys' overall thoughts are basically outside of the world, making a manga and the broad world of the stress levels when it comes to competition and stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, that's all I want to say. I'll see you guys there. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please hit the like button. Give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs down. And please leave a comment below. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.